Hi guys, welcome to the Sports Bet Daily. I'm your host for today. I'm Alex, and next to me, as you can see him, Russ. Russ, long time no see. Welcome to the show, man. Darts season is on, and you are back. I know that you are preparing also for the rugby season, for the World Cup, and also for the football season. So you are very busy. How you're doing? Welcome to the show.
Alex, it's an absolute pleasure to see you. And yeah, absolutely. The darts season really kicks off now. It's the World Match Play, which happens from the lovely city of Blackpool this weekend for a whole week live on Sky Sports. It's fantastic viewing. The trophy looks like the FA Cup in football, and all the big guns are out in play to try and win the trophy. And obviously, as you say, the football season is nearly upon us. There's a lot of anti-posts that I'm looking at. And yeah, in the not too distant future, the Rugby World Cup is going to be happening from Japan. And yeah, all the big guns are ready to try and get the trophy. So yeah, it's a fantastic quarter of sport coming up. But obviously we're here to talk about darts. So let's go for it.
Yeah. You are very successful last season with darts. We had the summer break. I saw that also darts had a little summer break. But now a very nice tournament. As you mentioned, the BetFred World Matchplay. A very good tournament with the top players coming to fight for the trophy. Michael van Gerwen at 2.5. Huge favorite. Rob Cross at 8.0, Gary Anderson at 9.0, Peter Wright at 13, and so on. But we have here Peter Wright coming off German Darts Masters title on Saturday. He won that tournament. Gary Anderson won in last year this trophy. Michael van Gerwen is clear favorite, but he last won this trophy in 2016. Why he is
Correct.
so clear favorite? Huge favorite here.
Michael van Gerwen is world number one. He is the best player on the planet of darts. He's already won the two biggest tournaments so far this year, the World Darts Championship in January. He followed that up by winning the Premier League of Darts. He is a phenomenal player. And to be honest, even if he's at 50% of his best, he will beat the majority of the field in this market. Thus, he is clear favourite. The one thing that I put in my preview at Sports Day, at Oddsmarket, is the fact that usually Michael van Gerwen, for these types of tournament, he is odds on. So he is less than 2.0. He's 1.8, 1.7. He's 2.5 because he just can't get the job done here. As you said, he last won it in 2016. Last year, I believe he got beat in the first round. The previous 2 years, he's struggled. I think it must be just something in the Blackpool water that he's just not. It just doesn't get right for this tournament. And he is in the tough side of the draw. He's got Gary Anderson. He's got James Wade. He's got Adrian Lewis. These are tough games that he's going to have to play to get through to the final. So that's why he is clear favourite, obviously, because as I said, he's number one. Why he is not odds on, less than 2.0, is because he's got some tough matches to play to get to the final.
Okay, we have also Gary Anderson, the defending champion here, fully fit after a layoff earlier this year. What do you make about him?
Yeah, look, Gary Anderson is a fantastic player. He's fully fit. He's playing well. Him and Peter Wright won the World Cup of Darts a couple of weeks ago, and in one of the leans that I have, it's Gary Anderson and Rob Cross in the Name the Finalist market, which I believe is still available at 25 or 26 at Sky Bet or Betfair. Based on that, again, Michael van Gerwen, I'm sure he probably will progress. But look, if he comes up against Gary Anderson, that again, because he's going to be fresh and the World Match Play is at a longer number of legs. So the fresher Gary Anderson could beat Michael van Gerwen in that semi-final. Thus, again, he could get through.
So the best thing for us, the bettors, to bet on here without Michael Gervin, because I don't think okay, 2.5 is great value for such a champion, for such a darts legend. But I think that the each way market is looking very well. I was reading your article and I saw that you have some each way bets on this tournament. Please tell us about them a little bit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm looking at the bottom half of the draw, which excludes Michael Van Gogh and excludes Gary Anderson. Rob Cross, 8 to 1, and Peter Wright, who's coming into good form of late. As you said, he's 13. I think his odds have come in probably because of the article. He was available at 17. Those are my two each way tips for the tournament, because the bottom half of the draw, which Rob Cross and Peter Wright occupy, is the easiest side. And these two guys are both in form. They're both quality. They're both been to Peter Wright has been to a final before. Rob Cross won the World Darts the year before last. So they're both good players. Rob Cross got to the final of the Premier League of Darts, and the players that they will face, I think they'll get through to the semi-final and face each other. So one of them should get through to the final. Thus, the each way value is definitely on both of them.
Rob Cross at 9.0 and Peter Wright at 17.0 with the Skybet and Bet Victor there. Very, very good odds there. About first round matches, do you have any leans? There is no value if we take a look at most matches, because huge favorites are playing with the field there, and the odds are very, very low there. So do you think that we can combine some favorites and make a parlay or a treble or something to increase our odds on that?
Yeah, absolutely. The first night, next Saturday, Nathan Aspinall, who has performed really, really well on tour. He's young. He's going to be around for many, many years to come. I think he will win his opening game. Rob Cross and Gary Anderson also play on the night. If you combine them all together, that should be around 2.6. So there's definitely value in locking them in a favourite attacker next Saturday in the opening night. In this longer form of darts, 19 legs, best of 19 for the first round, I think you'll see a lot of the favourites that have been playing on the tour for a while. They'll be able to get through. And again, when you get to the latter stages, you're going to hit some big guns that are going to face each other, which is then when, again, the longer form of darts, the players that have a good percentage of higher checkouts and have a good higher average throw, around about 100, 101, arguably they're the ones that are going to get to the latter stages and have the better chances of win the tournament. Thus, we had Rob Cross, Peter Wright from the bottom half of the draw as good each way bets to qualify. I will be writing another preview for further first round matches, where again we'll be looking at tying up a treble or a fourfold acca of the 4 matches on the night to try and get some good value of around about 3 to 4.0, where we can combine them and get some good winning bets through.
We are losing Russ. We are losing Russ because of the connection, but anyway, we were at the final. Thank you, Ross. Have a great time in Amsterdam. I know you are very occupied there with the conference. Say hi to everyone. I was 2 years ago in Amsterdam for the betting conference. It was amazing. Enjoy your day, and see you around next week to preview the final rounds of this tournament. And best of luck with your bets.
Thank you, Alex. Good luck with the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Okay,
that's about it with Russ, but we continue our show with our man, our esports guy, the one and only Adam, my very good friend. I know Adam for 1 year, but I feel that I know him forever. I don't know. We are talking a lot also in our private time. We are talking about his girlfriend, my
in
wife.
our private time, when our wives and girlfriends are asleep, we get on Skype and chat.
No. I said we are talking about them. We are talking about shopping and so on. But yeah, very, very nice. What's up? How you've been? I was in vacation. How was your last week when I was in vacation? Was it full of profit like usual, or was it so and so?
Well, the Counter-Strike, I've gone through 2 rough weeks of Counter-Strike, but the Dota TI9 qualifiers were last week. We did well in that, so that kind of helped out. Wimbledon helped me out a little bit, but off to a good start today, which is all you can ask for. So, yeah, you know, I think on the year I'm as far as profitable tournaments go, I think 18-7 or 18-8. So still above and continuing to grind. But sometimes we run into tournaments where, you know, like the Cologne tournament, favorites won 75% of matches, which is way higher than their annual average. So I believe in my method. I stick to it even through the rough patches. And as long as, you know, I like to preach high volume, small risk. So betting half a unit, 1 unit, 2 units, instead of loading up on favorites for 5 or 10% of your bankroll. Just sound strategy.
That is silly, man. Who does that? Come on, who does that? 10% of your bankroll. Who does that? Tell me one person.
Of the year.
I blocked them. I blocked those people that are doing 10% of their bankroll. I don't want to see them in my face. They are
don't
very,
need the stress
very bad.
Or the distraction. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man. And I was watching some Counter-Strike Go matches today live because I have also a smaller side job that I have to take care of. And one of my main stuff is to watch some Counter-Strike matches. Not that I am betting on them or stuff, but I like to watch them because it's the game of my childhood, you know. So I always love to watch a good. And I saw some great comebacks today. I don't remember the teams, but I saw some great comebacks today. Who was it? Tell me about it.
Okay, so I was on. I posted this morning that I was on Luminosity to beat Ints. They're 2 Brazilian teams. They know each other very well. Many of their players have played on the same teams as each other before. And on maps 1 and 3, Luminosity had, I don't know, a 4 or 5 round lead. And on both maps, they squandered it. And they were on the favored side, the CT side of both Mirage and on Overpass. So on that one, that was kind of hard to stomach. But I got to say, because I see this a lot of times with people betting CSGO, when a team has a lead, there's a kind of a disposition that you assume the lead will continue to grow, that the winning team is going to continue to be winning simply because they've been playing better up until that point. Unlike with it's similar to tennis in that aspect. You know, you'll see in like female and male tennis too, but frequently women will get up to 1 or 2 breaks early in a match, and all of a sudden they're in a tie break or they're choking in the second set when they had a match point. We get in this mindset that I made the right bet, it should have won because they were close, and maybe that's true some of the times. But you also have to accept that comebacks and break points back and saving match points, that's part of both tennis and Counter-Strike. And as much as I sometimes need to sort of spam Discord or Twitter to sort of get out the frustration of seeing a team lose a lead, it is a part of the game. It's just the way the scoring is set up, that round differential, it sort of returns to a mean of teams getting within a certain range to each other. So it sucks to be on the bad side of a comeback. It's awesome when your team delivers, but just got to sort of keep the level emotions through the ups and downs of that.
Yeah, man. From a neutral point of view, you love an underdog, or you love a team who is coming from behind. It makes you, how you say, feel their energy somehow, you know.
Yeah.
I see them every time after a frag, you know. clapping with each other, saying,
Yeah.
"Wow, you did a great job, man! Way to go!" You know, I really love to see them a little bit in action, because when you see them inside the frag, they were like, "Come on,
Yeah,
whatever."
focus, very serious. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But
focus, very serious. I
afterwards,
hate that.
and especially with this tournament, Alex, the majors are the biggest tournaments in Counter-Strike, and so it means so much for these players, for the prestige, the money, but also for future sponsorships, for future opportunities. This is sort of
Money.
life-changing. It's life-changing money that these players can win, and you know we've seen it with recent Brazilian squads or CIS teams. You know, a lot of these players they might have grown up with a computer, but it's not like they grew up wealthy or well off. It is esports is still very much anyone can play it and become the best. You don't need $1,000 PCs or whatever to sort of get in the games. So
Yeah, but
I really enjoy hearing those stories, like football.
You still need to train every single day for 3-4 hours. You still need to focus. It's like playing football or playing tennis, But you are on your computer. You're damaging your eyes to become the best in the industry. This is why I'm wearing glasses, because I was playing a lot of Counter-Strike when I was small.
Yeah, that's me too. I had to have LASIK eye surgery because it was the same deal with me. My eyes, too much time. Oops, sorry, that's that.
Wow.
Too much time in front of the screen.
This is Eric with his MotoGP next to your flat, right?
He's showing up to my house. Yeah.
So,
all right,
listen,
shall we talk
Berlin
about matches?
Major, one of the best, the biggest tournaments of the year. A lot of qualifying groups: Americas minor, Europe minor, CIS minor, ASTA minor. All of them qualifying for Berlin. But today we are talking about Europe minor, the qualification for Berlin. And just before we talk about some future markets and some outright markets, please, in 10 minutes, we have a match, North versus Fnatic.
Yes.
And tell us if you have something for that match. North at 1.68, Fnatic at 2.15, map advantage, North minus 1.5, 2.74. Great odds, but do you think that Fnatic can cover the plus 1.5? Low odds there at 1.45.
It's like all day I've been working here. It's been dead quiet, and right now 2 motorcycles are ripping by my window. So I haven't placed anything yet. The lines just went up for it. It's starting in, like you said, 5 or 10 minutes. Well, let's just look at a couple of stats right now. So North dominated big on Dust 2. They looked excellent. They looked composed. They were working off each other on both sides. I was really impressed with them. I think they have more firepower maybe than Fnatic right now. I do like them to win. That price is a bit shorter than I would like, though. A 1.8 would have been ideal. I'm seeing the best line at Bet Online right now. Maybe Pinnacle is something better. Oh, here we go. Pinnacle North 1.8. Okay, I'm gonna place that right now because I'm worried it's gonna start before or drop before you get to.
So
all right.
The best.
Okay, so I'm taking North 1.79.
So North at 1.8.
1.79 at Pinnacle.
That's. Yeah. And what do you have for over 2.5 maps in the match? I have 2.05, the best odds right now I can find.
Yeah. See, I haven't been able to, I don't have the time right now to look at the specific maps that they're likely to choose. I think that if North go to Dust 2, which they should, it's been a good map for them for a long time, they'll take that. Fnatic, I like their CT side Mirage. Fnatic has had good CT sides on pretty much every map. The problem for them is their T side, sometimes they just look like the players aren't on the same page. Even just now, it looked as though they were going to allow a comeback of sorts. So against Ancient. Let's see, some of the recent maps that they've performed well on. Inferno. my BR. They also lost to Renegades. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with the North moneyline bet. I'm not gonna take a pick on the over 2.5.
Okay, North money line at 1.79 with Pinnacle right now, starting in 5 minutes. Lock it in because Adam loves the play. We
Just
are
so you
talking
know,
about
like Bet365 has it at 1.57. You know, Bet Online
yeah.
1.68. Get it for a better price. At 1.57 is terrible number on North. You know.
It's going up. It's going up on the side that I'm in right now. I'm on right
Yeah.
now at from 1.68 to 1.72 and going up. That's a great thing. Maybe because they are choosing the maps right now or something. I'm really not sure about that.
Also
But the
because
Euro
Fnatic and North, they're not that they're not that far apart in skill level and performance, you know, in the last couple of months. North can be very inconsistent at times. So I do like a 1.8, even maybe down to 1.75. But going below that, paying short odds on North, it could definitely go to a third map here. Fnatic has excellent CT sides. They've got experienced players, young talent. So, you know, don't be paying too much chalk on North here.
The only problem is that we don't have a lot of markets for tomorrow's matches, but the European qualifiers are going on until the end of the week. 8 teams are sitting between 10 and 30 in the world, with 4 of them having won a LAN in the past year, while 3 of them have been runner-ups. Reading from Adam's great article from Oddsmarket.com. You can check all his articles and all the rest of the articles from our experts. We have from football to tennis to golf to whatever, darts, you name it. We have it because we are pros. You didn't talk about futures market for this on your article. Do you have something in your mind right now? Because
no, and I'll tell you why. Because we saw today Mouse Sports, who was the favorite to win this regional qualifier, they lost to No Chance, which is the biggest underdog probably, maybe other than Sprout, at this qualifier. And the European region, the best and worst, I've said this all throughout the year, they're really not that far apart. You do not want to be paying for pricey favorites again and again. You know, if you think you have an edge on a particular favorite, fair enough. But Mouse Sports, I think the round differential was 6.5 rounds advantage to Mouse Sports, and they lost straight up in a best of 1. So I'm not saying Mouse Sports can't still come back and win, but they looked. They didn't look like the team deserving of the price they were given, let's say that much. But as far as outrights, I'm not playing them for the North American and Europe regionals, but I am looking into them for CIS and Asia.
Okay, also BIG against North today. They had live, I think they were at plus 6.5, and they lost badly. So yeah, it's pretty damn tough to bet on these qualifiers, because most of the teams are trying to win a spot for Berlin, and they are giving everything they have, you know. So yeah, maybe it's good to stay away from some of them and concentrate only on specific ones that you know them very good. You know what maps they are choosing. You know their capability and their opponent's capability on those maps. So yeah, anything else you want to add for today or for tomorrow's matches or for the Europe qualifiers in general?
Well, you know, I'm already seeing a price up here for Mouse Sports versus Sprout. You know, I really don't like Sprout. I said that in the article. I watched them. I've probably watched more Sprout matches than anybody I know over the past year. Honestly, they play a lot of Counter-Strike, a lot of online qualifiers, online leagues, because they don't get very far, so they're constantly having to go through the qualifying process. And they burned me by covering against Crazy earlier, barely covering the spread. It was a joke. But again, I look at them and they're being given almost no respect against an Esports that is the outright favorite to win it. So I'm going to have to break that one down. That match is until tomorrow at 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. my time, 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'll be, I like the high volume, so I will be putting something down for that. But I haven't made a play for it yet.
Yeah, you're posting a lot of plays on your Twitter. You are a volume player like I am. For me, it's just the beginning of the season, just 4 matches so far this week, 3-1. A great week so far, and 3 locked plays already for the weekend.
Did you play something today, Alex?
Yes, I've played something today, and it won after 25 minutes in the game.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry it was too fast for you guys. Next time I'll do my best to make it possible to be in the 90th minute. The Alex's last minute goal. So yeah, thank you, Adam, for joining me. See you this week. I don't know exactly when I will see you, but I will be able to tell everyone on Friday when you will come on our show. Maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks. When is the Berlin major?
So Berlin major, I think, is the 25th, I want to say. It's somewhere near... I've got it here. 1 second. Oh, that's not it. There we go.
Because that should be a very good tournament to cover.
So the qualifier is the 23rd. So this is the regional qualifier. Teams then go from here to the main qualifier called the Challenger stage. From that stage, I think it's the top 8 teams progress from the Challenger stage from the 23rd to 26th to the official event, and that's on the 28th. So the whole process, I started posting bets for the Berlin Major 2 months ago, maybe, I think. It's a huge road, and so the teams that get there, they're deserving. They've gone through a lot. We also get so much information on them, but we're another month away from the grand final piece.
Peace out. Take care. Best of luck with your bets. See you on Twitter I hope that everyone can follow you for your great bets and for your great records. See you around. Best of luck. Take care.
Thanks, Alex. Bye.
Bye. So we are done with darts. We are done with esports. We have Craig Edwards online. He's online to preview the Open Championship, one of the most important tournaments of the season in golf. Craig is here. He wrote 2 articles already for Oddsmarket.com and a nice, lovely article on golf betting insight guidelines and strategies. A full guide, actually, who will teach you how to bet on golf, what are the markets, how to check the players and so on. But go on oddsmarket.com, read the article because it's very, very good. Always a good article from Craig Edwards. Welcome to the show, Craig.
Hi, Alex. Good to have me on. Good for you to have me. Good to be on. So.
Yeah, good for me to have you on. You said it correct. Absolutely. I'm back from vacation, and this is where I am right now, starting a new season. Oddsmarket will be on fire, starting the new season with football, tennis, golf, snooker, darts, esports, and so on. We will cover everything we can to give you the best betting tips on the market and the best previews from esport. But today we are with Craig, and we want him to talk to us about the Open. Hashtag the Open, because this is how I saw it on Twitter. It has also a nice trophy there next to the hashtag thing. So this is how we will call it, the Open. Craig, tell us about this tournament a little bit, where it is, what's the price, some general stuff.
Right, well, the Open is the oldest championship in golf. It's the most revered, and the Americans always travel over to this one championship every year. They treat it as the biggest championship, even better than the US Masters and the US Open. And but it's taken an interesting twist this year, because it's the first time the British Open has gone outside of England and Scotland. And this time we've gone overseas to Northern Ireland. Back 68 years ago, Max Faulkner winning was the last time it was over there. And I think Rory McIlroy's high profile has kind of twisted the arm of the R&A and the commercial reasons for having it over there. It should have been over there a long time ago. The courses are just perfect for links golf, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Royal Portrush. I've heard about it over the years, and it's a Harry Colt design, who's a very esteemed designer, especially in England. Interestingly enough, a lot of the courses on the rotation of both the European Tour and the PGA Tour he's designed. And so I think I have a few correlations that I'm going to work from for the players. And yeah, it's all systems go at about 6:30 in the morning, I believe, for 4 days.
Rory McIlroy's fans' favorite in the Open, party pooper or winner. Tell us about him a little bit.
Right, well, Rory's won it once in 2014. As a 17-year-old, he broke the course record here with a 61. He was a prodigy, Rory McIlroy. I mean, when he started his professional career, he was often in the favourites straight from the get-go. And he made the 61. He's going to have all the support. So he's going to have a lot of distractions. It will go one or two ways with him. Either it will focus his mind and he will use the fan support. And there's no doubt the course suits him. Harry Colt design, if you remember a few weeks ago at the Canadian Open, he won that and that is a Harry Colt design, and he won that spectacularly. He won the Players' Championship in America, and he's maturing as a golfer. He's able to win on courses now where he doesn't need to overpower it. So that's a good thing. I think he's a strong favourite this week if he doesn't get distracted, and it would be nice to see him win, really. I think Northern Ireland, they would take a week's holiday if he won. They'd be partying, and it's pretty much chaotic in Ireland at the best of times. But if Rory wins, that's it. The country will come to a halt.
So many people are watching us. More and more people are watching your golf articles, your golf videos, because you are unbelievable. You are winning almost on weekly basis, and not odds of 2.5 or 1.8 or stuff like that, but huge odds. What's your secret here? Because it's the first time I see someone who is winning back-to-back huge odds like that. I'm sure that you had a great vacation with the money you won from your golf betting. I'm waiting for your snooker bets very, very much, because I did one bankroll just for your golf and snooker predictions for Oddsmarket. So I built it one bankroll for that. So I can't wait for your snooker predictions. Tell us about your secret. How you are winning so many huge odds?
Well, I try and balance risk, Alex. So basically, I'll pick some high price selections in the outright market, and if I think a player's 50 to 1 and you can get 200 to 1 about him, then I'm quite interested. But I also will back a few smaller prices. As you've seen in the last few weeks, I've had some top 20 winners at 3 to 1, 7 to 2, 6 to 1. So we often pair them, and we
6
have
to 1 is not
like,
small. 6 to 1 is not small.
well, we have like 3 or 4 selections in each, and you've got a situation, Alex, where just one winner makes profit often, even if it's a small winner. And obviously, if you hit a big winner like a 90 to 1, like we did with Jim Furyk, then that's just a bonus. But I do try and balance risk by having more bets at bigger prices, and I like to think that I'm backing a 3 to 1 shot at getting 7, 8 to 1 in the place markets and things like that. And that long term keeps you right side of it. You've got to be sensible with your bankroll, though. You will have a few losing streaks on the golf. So, but it's it's such a fun game to bet on for people. They can have small stakes, and at some point or other, they'll have a few 100 to 1 winners and things like that. And you just won't get that in other sports. But that's due to the dynamics of golf. This week, you've got 156 players on a different course, travelled from all parts of the world. There's so many dynamics in that means that the favourites just can't win every week. And the beauty, of course, is that you don't have to back the winner at golf at the tournament to make a profit. There's so many different markets that you can manipulate and use for your benefit that that's what I like to do. I like to just kind of spread my risk and let it build up week on week, but have a few smaller price selections and then take your long shots. And it just balances. I've worked out how to balance it, I suppose.
We have many of our friends on chat also talking about some bets. Eric Rosas is saying take Adam Scott to finish in top 10. Mississippi Kid says Adam Scott outright winner. Bet Tiger Woods not to make the cut at 2.55. Someone at David Hutton says I'm concerned that Adam Scott hasn't played since the US Open. Also, David says that Tiger will not. I like the Tiger not to make the cut. Play parlay with the Baba not to make the cut either, and it gives you a nice set of odds. Many people already bet on golf, already follow your articles. Mississippi Kid is saying long shot 200 to 1. Andy Sullivan worth a small play. Ramon Scott says who can get any of these short prices when the bombs are so attractive? Woodland, McDowell, over 500 rounds, of course. Van Ruyen, Sullivan, Glover, Luton, Wilson. Bombs away, he says. Anyway, I think that you have your own way to cap the tournaments, and this is why you are here to tell us about your favorite plays, because you don't only have recommended bets on who will win the tournament, but you also have some top Englishmen, top continental from Europe, American, and also the rest of the world. But you also have top 20 plays. So who wants to see everything, to go at oddsmarket.com, because there Greg is writing everything. He has also, as I said, betting golf guide. Absolutely brilliant read there. I really enjoyed it a lot. But from all those stuff that I was talking about, please give us your best plays for the Open.
Well, my best play would be Jim Furyk for top American. I think he's 75 to 1 with Bet365. I've taken the view that this Harry Colt design will suit Jim Furyk. If you remember when Rory McIlroy won the Players' Championship, we won at 90 to 1 as the top American then. I like Rory McIlroy as a favourite, so that then means that if Jim Furyk beats all the other Americans, we still win the 75-1. So I like Jim Furyk each way as top American. I like Rory's chance as a favourite. I mean, I wouldn't put anyone off having a saver on Rory. I think there's value on Mark Leishman, the Australian that's been coming over for a few years. I think he's had 3 top 6 finishes in his last 4 Opens. He looks a major winner in waiting. He's a no-fuss, understated character, but he's really solid in contention. And if we get a few nasty conditions in Ireland, that will suit him. And he's just a sort of character. I think you can get 70-1 now with Bet365, 8 places if you want to back each way, which you should back each way. Take the 8 places, and very much like him. John Rahm, the Spanish professional, is coming into marvellous form. He's got no British Open form, but he has won the Irish Open twice, just recently. He's really impressing. Top rest of the world, I like a bit of an under the radar guy, Adam Hadwin. Again, I'm using the Harry Colt design theory with Adam. Played well at the Canadian Open a few weeks ago, kept it going at the 3M Open, played well in the British Open last year. I think he opened at 50s, he's down to 33s now, each way. So you get a lot of value. You know, you can still get the each way place in those bets and you'll make some profit for the week. Top 20, I do have a top 20 banker, and the few chaps there that mentioned Adam Scott as top 10, I think that is a very strong bet. I won't put anyone off that. I haven't mentioned that, but that is a strong bet. But I like Thorben Olesen, the Danish player. The Irish Open was played here once in 2012, and he played a solid event. Last year was his Ryder Cup debut. He's been playing solidly this year. I expect him to play well this week, and he can lock up a top 20 finish easily at 4-1, and that covers all your bets for the week with any luck. So
yeah, absolutely. David Hutton is asking you how much the weather does impact your picks. Yeah,
well, the weather, I mean, sadly, we do have to make a decision a few days before, but the weather does impact things. And I like to keep a few on side from either way. I think if we get nasty weather conditions, it will suit, for argument's sake, Mark Leishman, Henrik Stenson, but that may not suit John Rahm as well. So it is a big factor in the British Open. If you get out early or late when the wind's up, you've got a serious disadvantage. So, but I have spread the risk accordingly. The weather is a big factor in the British Open, no doubt about it.
Also, David is saying that I like Furyk as well if the weather is bad. So the weather, the bad weather is a good thing for Furyk?
Definitely. I think the bad weather is a good thing for the more experienced players that's played in it before. If you go back, I've been backing Jim Furyk for 25 years. If you went back to the start of his career, his best form was in Hawaii, where you always had a strong, gusty wind off the sea. So, yes, I think some nice windy conditions would be just what we need for Jim Furyk, to be honest.
Okay, that's brilliant. It wraps up another Sportsbet Daily Show from the entire shows that we are doing every day here at Oddsmarket.com. Thank you very much, Greg, for your kind appearance here to give us the top place for the Open. If you want to see more, check out Greg's articles from Oddsmarket.com and his betting guide. He will write one also for snooker next week, I believe, and I can't wait for the snooker season to kick off and to hear more from Craig. Thank you very much, Craig. Best of luck with your bets.
Thank you for having me, Alex. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for watching us. See you tomorrow with some tennis coverage with Snice and our huge, great writer, Oddsmarket tennis writer, Joao. He will come back tomorrow from. I think that I saw him last year, 1 year ago. I think that for the last time. So he will come back with us starting tomorrow with nice previewing 4 tournaments just for you guys here at Oddsmarket. Subscribe, like, go at oddsmarket.com and read our great, brilliant and articles and our bets because most of them are winning and you want that, and also we want that. So best of luck, have a great day, enjoy your Wednesday.